a change of latitude, we're taking an Arizona highway up by driving south.
Not enough people know about this story.
Join us as we experience 4 seasons in just one trip. And yes, that is snow you see covering the ground. Plus, a town known for its homemade pie and fresh-made fudge. Well, we are just eating this place right up.
There's great shops, antiques, there's friendly people. It's a very close-knit community that loves having visitors. You know, they really appreciate tourists coming up there and exploring their neighborhoods, and they have great homemade food, you know, conversation. It's good people and good fun up there.
And no question is off limits for the Stargazer.
Yeah, no aliens.
No aliens.
Yeah, you can get me on tape, no aliens.
We're with the world's leading astrophotographer. Follow us for a tour of Mount Lemmon Sky Center and explore the universe like you've never seen before. Hi everyone, I'm Robin Sewell. We have discovered one of Arizona's best kept secrets. Come along with us on this scenic highway where the views are equivalent to driving from Canada to Mexico in just 27 miles. And once you reach your destination, you'll discover a quaint town bursting with cooler temps and lots of things to do that you'll wonder why you have never before been to Summerhaven.
The Catalina Highway is one of the best, most scenic drives in Arizona because of its biodiversity. It's the equivalent of driving from Mexico to Canada.
From the arid desert landscape of Tucson to a mountainous, shady forest, it is a 25-mile stretch of highway into the Catalinas known as the Sky Island Scenic Byway. Your adventure begins in the lower Sonoran region and takes you into the high elevation of the Canadian zone.
I don't think Arizonans realize how much biodiversity is on the Catalina Highway and how quick of a drive it really is.
You can make the drive within a short half hour or stop at lookout points along the way. It is truly one of the most scenic highways in the Southwest that you just can't help but pull over and enjoy the view.
So it's 25 miles of different campsites, trails, there's canyons you can go into. There's a lot of really cool scenic overlooks that you can look down into these beautiful cascading valleys.
As you journey up the hill, leaving cactus and boulders behind, you'll enter the Ponderosa pine forest, followed by a mixed conifer forest. The climb takes you to nearly 9,000 feet, where the change in vegetation and temperature is dramatic.
There's skiing and pine trees, and it's sometimes up to 30 degrees cooler than down in Tucson. So you get quite a range of temperature and terrain and landscape all in a day's drive.
On one of the only paved roads leading to the top of Mount Lemmon, the word about this unique trek is out, especially with the road racers. It proves to be a challenging bike ride, and if you make it, you will have experienced 4 seasons in one short trip. So, what's greeting travelers at the end of the road?
A welcome smile, somebody who usually will know your name.
The small town of Summerhaven, bursting with plenty of good food.
Hey friends, I got a spinach dip right here, yeah?
And it's a prime destination for outdoor enthusiasts. This quaint community is your perfect cool getaway. Still to come, play tourist with us as we explore the town of Summerhaven and get a few tips from the locals on how to be in the know.
Check in at the general store, see what's going on. The second place you check in at is the post office.
Also, stick around to uncover the secrets of our night sky and how these telescopes are being used remotely on an international level.
This telescope is available to be accessed by people around the world, and you can control this telescope from anywhere.
Arizona Highways TV is brought to you by APS, making every day brighter, and the Arizona Office of Tourism. We've just explored one of the most scenic highways in the Southwest. So, what's at the end of the road? Get ready to discover the cute town of Summerhaven with a general store, gift shop, homemade pie, and cookies. I'm already in love.
Summerhaven is 1 square mile of private land that is surrounded by national forest. The main draw is that in the summer we're about 20 to 30 degrees cooler than Tucson. You can sit on your front porch and hear nothing but silence. There's an occasional car that'll pass by, and it's usually going to be somebody that we know.
Carol Mack owns Summerhaven's general store by day and is a volunteer firefighter by night. With only 35 year-round residents, you can say that she and her husband Phil know pretty much everybody.
Sometimes more than you want to.
They're all nuts. I think it's the altitude that gets them, but they're great people. It's a very close community.
Bob Zimmerman doubles as a realtor, restaurant owner, and is considered the town's unofficial mayor.
I don't know where this idea got going, but it did.
While it's a peaceful retreat for visitors looking to escape the summer heat, this close-knit community is simply called home to its full-time and part-time residents.
Mostly the hangout is during the day. Check in at the general store, see what's going on. The second place you check in at is the post office. You get filled in with what's going on with anybody who's going somewhere, who's not feeling well, you know, who needs a pot of chicken soup or whatever.
This community became even closer when the town pulled together after the 2003 Aspen fire.
It was very heartwarming, and it kind of set a basis for us to move forward in rebuilding.
Although 10 years later you can still see fire damage to the forest, folks here have been busy restoring their faith, their fortitude, and their small town.
There literally was nothing on this main street. We just loved this place so dearly that we said, let's rebuild.
As the rebuild continues, shops and restaurants are open for business in Summerhaven. The goal? Helping tourists enjoy the simple pleasures of a tasty life.
We have so many repeat customers for our fudge, and we get to welcome them back year after year.
Carol Mack's General Store and Gift Shop, fudge made fresh and daily is their specialty.
We have a plethora of flavors.
25 flavors to be exact.
We have exotic things like jalapeno fudge or chewy praline, cappuccino, just all kinds of fun stuff.
We then head down the hill to discover a fun store called the Living Rainbow. With its dangling wind chimes and crystals, this shop is all about art and color. And boy, all this window shopping can really work up an appetite. Good thing the cookie cabin is right next door.
Pretty good stuff.
Piping hot pizzas on the menu here, but what they're really known for is their cobbler and giant-sized cookies served up paper plate style.
Some just want to get out of town and see the forest and their outdoor experiences, driving up here and stopping in some place and have a cup of coffee or a piece of pie or something and going back to Tucson.
Did somebody say pie?
The pies are there. We got them and people like them.
We head over to the Sawmill Run restaurant, and now, while they're known for their pies, you will find good old-fashioned mountain food on this menu. Hope you're hungry.
Hey friends, I got a spinach dip right here, yeah? Artichoke dip, right there.
The Sawmill Run is the town's newest hangout, and with its cozy atmosphere and down-home cooking, visitors will definitely eat, drink, and have some fun.
I'm Rooster Cogburn. You're at the Rooster Cogburn Ostrich Ranch.
Along I-10, just before you hit Tucson, you'll see the signs for Rooster Cogburn's Ostrich Ranch.
First of all, I just want you to see all these youngsters down the fence here. This is what this is really about. It's just a family attraction. We are lots of nice families who travel up and down this highway. A lot of them stop every time they go through here.
There you go, get after it.
The main attraction, of course, are the big birds. But Rooster himself, is a close second.
Now, if you want to feed them out of your hand, you do it one at a time. Down low, raise your hand. Low, raise your hand. Low, raise your hand. They have 57 vertebrae in that neck. If you want to pet them, you pet them just like that. They can bend that neck in a complete circle. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go right back in the pen with these birds. We lost 2 people from a television crew a year ago. They got them down and ate them. These are South African black. They're a domesticated ostrich from South Africa. Well, this is the largest flock of South African black commercial ostriches anywhere in the world outside of South Africa. They're right here on the Rooster Cogburn Ostrich Range in Arizona.
Along with the ostriches, Rooster has managed to collect some deer.
Walk right up there to him and feed them, girls. Show them how to do it.
Lorikeets.
These birds are from Australia, and they're brush-tongued parrots. They eat nectar. They do not eat bugs. They eat constantly.
And the tiniest little beasts of burden you'll ever see.
These little donkeys are from Sicily. There's only about 10,000 of them in the United States. We got about 14 head here.
Fresh rednecks! Rooster's daughter Dana helps run the ranch, and she has added a creature of her own to the attractions there.
Sorry, guys. I forgot I had people on here. I had NASCAR dreams last night, so.
It's a monster truck designed to add some fun to the Ostrich Ranch tour.
We accidentally stumbled on this traveling to Tucson. Like, just stop by. Looks pretty cool. That was about 2 years ago, and kids loved it. So now each year, once, twice a year, we come out. It's great.
A lot of people drive right past Rooster's place. But for those who stop, it is an experience they won't soon forget. Coming up next, come get a view of the cosmos with us from on top of Mount Lemmon. We take a peek through Arizona's largest dedicated public telescope. It is a sight to behold, and we can't wait to share it with you. Stick around.
Our mission here as part of the Sky Center is to give access to the universe in a way in which most people don't usually have an opportunity.
Arizona Highways TV is brought to you by APS, making every day brighter, and the Arizona Office of Tourism. One of the highlights of our trip to Summerhaven was getting front row seats to the Mount Lemmon Sky Center. At over 9,000 feet above sea level, this is a professional observing site with some of the largest telescopes available to the public. However, the best part, at this observatory, you become the astronomer. They are some of the most beautiful and famous pictures ever taken of the universe.
The Horsehead Nebula, everyone knows it's so famous, it's kind of like the Grand Canyon of the night sky.
Faraway galaxies and distant nebulas so colorful and truly amazing, it is hard to believe they're even real. This one is called the Fireworks Galaxy, and the nebula is known as the Flaming Star.
These clouds of gas from which stars form glow, and they allow us to see all the detail in the structure of the gas and the dust that is embedded within it.
Adam Bloch is a world-renowned astrophotographer whose images have been published all over the world and regularly on NASA's website.
It's very exciting for me, so it allows me to extend my ability to share and inspire in science and astronomy.
After studying astronomy and physics at the University of Arizona, Adam helped create the Mount Lemmon Sky Center, featuring Arizona's largest dedicated public telescope.
In fact, through this telescope, people have a chance to see things that most of humanity have never really been afforded the opportunity. Unless you can get your hands on a bigger telescope and plop it down at a better site, this is as good as it gets as far as seeing the universe.
Located on Mount Lemmon near the town of Summerhaven, this observatory offers international and remote access to people around the globe.
You can control this telescope from anywhere, so people can log on using specialized software to see what the telescope is doing.
It also offers nightly programs where visitors can become an astronomer for the day, viewing the wonders of the cosmos, from constellations to atmospheric phenomena.
This particular telescope, it's called the Schulman telescope, is specially designed not only to get a good view through, but to take pictures with. You can see to the furthest reaches of the universe, very far away galaxies, quasars, or things that are nearby, planets within our own solar system, asteroids, and many others.
This telescope, which contains 2 mirrors, one of which is 32 inches, is specifically designed to reflect light, capturing some of the most interesting images, ones you can say are out of this world.
All telescopes can see the universe out there, but the larger your mirror, the more light you collect. And for us, that means the more light we can put on our eyeballs, the better we see things.
It also means that this telescope makes for better photography.
When it's something that I haven't taken a picture of before, for me, that's a form of discovery, of exploration of the universe. I just couldn't imagine doing anything else. The study of the universe is just one of those fundamental, built-in, I think, desires that everyone has. It addresses the ultimate questions of where we've come from in terms of the origins of the universe and how things might proceed from here.
Gazing at the universe through atom blocks photography does bring about our innermost curiosity. We wondered how space images are actually captured. They almost seem too beautiful to be true. Coming up next, find out how close to reality these images really are.
Our eyes in general are not sensitive enough to perceive very many colors through even the largest telescopes of the world. These instruments that astronomers use are much more sensitive and far more appropriate for analyzing the light that the telescope collects to make these pretty pictures.
Arizona Highways TV is brought to you by APS, making every day brighter, and the Arizona Office of Tourism.
Subscribe to Arizona Highways magazine. One full year, 12 issues, is just $18. That's $6 less than the regular price. Visit ArizonaHighways.com, click on subscribe, and use promo code SPECIAL.
Pull up to the Los Ventana Canyon Resort on a motor scooter or in a sedan, and you will notice how the beautiful resort blends in seamlessly with its desert surroundings. Los Ventana implemented green policies when they built the resort, and even now they continue to run their hotel based on a green foundation designed to preserve the environment. Set against the breathtaking backdrop of the Santa Catalina Mountains, the Four Diamond Resort is one of Tucson's pride and joys. It's been rated one of the world's top hotels according to Travel and Leisure magazine, and it is, in fact, one of the top 500 hotels in the world. And that's your Arizona postcard from Tucson's Los Ventana Canyon Resort.
This is the Mount Lemmon Sky Center, and it features the largest dedicated public telescope that people can get a chance to walk up to and take a look through with their own eyes.
We just toured you through the Mount Lemmon Sky Center, which is part of the University of Arizona's Stewart Observatory near the town of Summerhaven. We were so fascinated by the incredible images from renowned astrophotographer Adam Block, we just had to find out how he does it.
The camera that I use to acquire images through this telescope detects the same wavelengths of light, colors, that we see with our eyes. So in that sense, whatever the colors are that show up in the picture, I don't choose if something is red or blue or yellow. However, our eyes in general are not sensitive enough to perceive very many colors through even the largest telescopes of the world. These instruments that astronomers use are much more sensitive and far more appropriate for analyzing the light that the telescope collects to make these pretty pictures.
These images here are not enhanced or touched up in any way. In fact, these pretty pictures are captured through the instrument's lens. Adam says these large telescopes analyze light and are extremely sensitive to the many colors of the universe, much more sensitive than our eyes.
So in the pictures that I generate, they are the true colors if your eyes were as sensitive as the camera that I used and you could expose for as long. That is approximately what you would see.
At Sky Center, you can also see stars in the daytime sky. You can even observe the sun safely.
And the sun is remarkable because every day it's doing something usually pretty spectacular.
Adam says one of the highlights for him is addressing misconceptions. So when he tours a group, he says no question is off limits.
People come to the program never having looked through a telescope or even really paid attention to a dark night sky. They might not even have access to one, living in a bright city. When people look at the sky, I know by the end of the program they can answer the question whether those stars they see over their head, are they in our galaxy or are they in any other? That's a common question. People want to know about the planets, and they want to know about the phases of the moon. They want to know about various things that impact their lives, or maybe they don't, and there's always just been a mystery to them. I will tell you one of the hardest questions I've ever had to answer, though, is from it's always the kids. They come up with the questions that are really tough. So one small boy, he asked me the question, what is space? I don't even know where to begin with that. That is a very difficult question to answer in a sentence or two.
If you've never seen Arizona's starry skies like this before, or experienced these Santa Catalinas and Mount Lemmon quite like this, don't worry, you're not alone. But hey, now is your chance. So the next time we hit Arizona's scenic highways and byways, we hope we'll meet you on the road. Thanks everyone so much for joining us. I'm Robin Sewell, and we'll see you on the next Arizona Highways.